mille. Thank you so much for this, make this possible. For me, it's such a great pleasure and honor being here and share the music with you and with all the amazing teachers here. And the only thing I like to start at the beginning always in my masterclass to say what you are going to listen to me and what I will go and say to you. Everything is right, everything is wrong. What means about that? That music is different things and a different way to learn and different way to growing up about. There is not only one way. That's why I'm gonna share my experience with you. To play like I'm playing now, I'm doing this work and this advice or this kind of stuff like that. But it doesn't mean that what you learned until now is wrong. But maybe it's not right. Maybe it's right, maybe not. The music is always like that. Being open all the time and try to make the most important focus on the one thing is the music. That's the only thing that's important. Relationship with the music. Because if you understand that the music is the first actor, you understand that we are going to play together, but we are going to make the music together. It's not just because I play saxophone, I want to be in the front, they play my solo and then forget about it. I want to be inspired from them. And the reason because I choose to play jazz, because jazz is an emotion, jazz is some elements that give you some big emotion. There is not any kind of way to say this emotion, if not with notes. The only chance that we have, play notes. There is no words, only notes. That's what you need to learn and what you need to find in your way. Make the relationship with the music and try to find the emotion comes with being music. We are going to start a song for you, and then we keep going to get some curiosity about and some advice and some stuff that I can say to you. We will see. We're gonna try to find the best way to get more than 1 hour together. Maybe not 1 hour, I think, and to get the most value. Beginning this week together with all these guys. Okay, we are going to play a great song. A very famous song of Duke Ellington repertoire. Finally, we're going to play like a Caravan, but we are going to play Caravan in 7/4. That's completely different. You know how you call that this rhythm that I just show you? What's the name? Clave.
It's clave.
Clave in seven. You know, you can make it Finally, to play some stuff like that, you need to understand that before to play any standards, you need to understand the clave of what you need to play. and then try to make it, the melody works on the clave. That's the best way to make that. That's why we put the melody on when we do. We need to play. That's the one is not played. For example, I can make an experiment with you. Try to make the same thing about a blues with a clave in 7 and the second bar a clave in 5. And then the third bar in 7 and the fourth bar in 5. Means it means the changes going like that. Try to make it. Let's see if it works or not. Everything is perfect. In a G, let me make it in G, okay? Finally, going like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means, but it's too crazy for you. We're gonna just to show you something about the rhythm. Rhythm is the important things about. We are going to make some other things, but the rhythm is one of the important things in the music. Some of you was in my master class yesterday. I saw the face, and I was talking about for me, the most important 5 things that I put on my music and my life too. And there is a melody, harmony, rhythm, colors, and form. That's for me is the best 5 things that I put in the music, but I put in my life. Because, when you play, you must be sure that you are playing a melody. The beginning of a song starts from the melody. The melody is going together to the harmony. For example, if I ask Jeremy to play just for a while song together, can you play, Jeremy, Jan Steps Ballad? Okay, for example, everybody knows Jan Steps up tempo. Coltrane play this standard like an up tempo, but I think it's one of the most beautiful melodies that you can get if you get that. And there is a lot of harmony there. And there is a lot of rhythm there. There's a lot of colors because there is many things about the sound and the chorus and the form. 1, 2, 3, 4. you start to play, you must start from the melody. Always. We can play body and soul, same thing. One. Everybody knows body and soul, like ballet. A one, a two, a one, important thing. The melody is always in the first position. And when you start to play, you need to think melody, harmony, rhythm, and colors and the form. And that's why I start this masterclass to play about rhythm. Because rhythm is a part of all life. When you walk, you must have a rhythm. When you live, you must have a rhythm. You need always, for me, it's very important. The music is part of my life. I try to make always a balance with life and music. In that case, my music is jazz music, you know. And I say I didn't choose play jazz. I think jazz chose me to play that. And I have a great respect always about music and of course the musicians that try to help me in that case and always in my life to get this possible. There is another three things that I would like to say to you about words, and then I would like that you ask me something about. I said melody, harmony, rhythm, colors, and form. And then I said, I want to say, make sure that when you learn the music, the first point is listen to music. Because there is a lot of students, they practice, but they don't listen music. You must listen jazz if you want to learn jazz. There is not any book in the world, there is not any teacher in the world can teach you more than listen jazz. The most important information is on the record, in the best record that you can find, you know, from the past until today. You know, be curious. The curiosity is the part important of play this music, your expression. Stay there, because everybody, Coltrane was listening music, Charlie Parker was listening music, and also, you know, everybody was listening each other. You need to understand that the first point is imitation. You need to do the best imitation that you can, not a bad copy, but a good copy. You need to do the most beautiful copy on the music that you can. You choose one artist, great artist, and you need to make it the best copy that you can. Let's make the first point. More copy you make, more possibility you have. Not only one. For example, I can say, I start to listen to Charlie Parker because I play saxophone, alto saxophone. But maybe for me, the most important musicians that gave me maybe the right language, I think, is trumpet player. I think the trumpet is the best instrument to get the real language. You know, for me, that's my experience. I say maybe another person will say to you, no, it's a saxophone, and maybe another one, no, it's piano. Everything is right, everything is wrong. You know, that is my experience. I think a trumpet is the best language to get really strong with the tongue, with the swing, and the relation with your instrument. In that case, saxophone, but everything. And for me, Freddie Hubbard and Chet Baker was probably the most important trumpet player that gave me two different modes to learn music and the language, a jazz language. That was for me. And let's make the most important imitation. Choose more instruments that you can. If you play guitar, don't play only guitar player. Piano player, bass player. Make sure that you understand the details of the sound of the instrument that you are going to listen. You know, there is an American expression, a lot of musicians using that, but for understand that, for me, it was keeping a little bit time. Always the American musicians, when you meet some American musicians, they always say, if you're good, they say, sounds great, man. For sounds great doesn't mean only the sound that's going in your instrument. Sounds great means what you create around of your instrument, around your group, around, you know, to make them the most valued position. You know, they are playing with me, but I need to make them to play the most comfortable situation that they can. They need to understand that I'm driving, but I'm not drunk. You know, that's the best thing. You need to drive them. They need to be secure about that. That they are okay. He knows the way where we need to go. That's it means to be driver. But finally, get more musician that you can. After that, try to get, after the imitation, the stylization. When you make an imitation for everybody, you know, you must create, you know, the really way to play, what kind of jazz you like, what kind of language you like. You can't be all life an imitation. You must go somewhere and start there. You need to say, okay, now I want to choose style. You know, Miles Davis, when he played, he started from jazz, like bebop with Charlie Parker, but he passed it away, like until rock, pop. He played everything, you know, fusion, everything what he did was fantastic, finally. And then that's why it's a stylization, make work, until that you are going to make the innovation. Make imitation, stylization, innovation. 3 things and 5 things. Everything in your life will change. That's what I can say. Imitation, innovation, stylization, melody, harmony, rhythm, colors, and form. 8 things that you need to put on a paper in your wall and look at that every day of your life. That's make change and thinking about always, because only one word make a lot of words. When I say rhythm, there's a lot of rhythm. It's not just swinging, ballad. You can play 7, 9, 11, 13. We can play everything about. That's important things. And and I want to addiction. One thing is important when you listen an album, because there's an example. I was talking about some students, and then a bass player, and he was playing like a lot of crazy things on the bass. And then one time I asked to him, "Can we play a blues?" And for him was not making a good walking bass. I say, you play crazy things, you can make like a walking bass, simple things. And I say, do you know Paul Chambers? He say, no. Oh, I say, surprise. Double bass, you don't know Paul Chambers. You know Jimmy Garrison? No. Oh, you know Ron Carter? No. And then I asked him, which bass player he knows? And he knows all modern, jazz players today. Scott Colley, there, all this kind of guy, Christian McBride, great, amazing guy, but you need to understand why they exist. Why Christian McBride play like that? Because before him was Ray Brown. He is amazing. I mean, I love him too, but that's I understand. Everybody, you need to arrive to Christian McBride when you listen. First, Ray Brown, and then Christian McBride, and then you learn, and then you make imitation of Ray Brown, and then make the imitation of Christian McBride, and then you make a stylization between the two, and then you make the innovation. Because being a great musician means that you be unique. And sometimes we listen an album of John Coltrane, but we don't know who is the piano player. Sometimes you see, oh, listen to this album. Who is this guy? He say John Coltrane. Okay, who is the piano player? I don't know. Who is the drummer? When you listen Elvin Jones, you can't say there's another drummer because his focus is sounds. That's why you must thinking about when you think about sounds great. Sounds great means unique. You must be unique if you want to be a great musician. That's the stuff that I would like to say to you today.